All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with an event preview. So we're going to UFC Fight Night, Dern versus Hill. We've got 4 ladies fights to talk about. All these fights bring a little something different. 3 of them are very close. One of them, bit of a mismatch. And got possibly some ranking. I mean, definitely ranking. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, one of them's really going to affect the rankings. The others could possibly. Implications. That's what I'm looking for. Ranking implications. Anyway, let's get into these fights. So first up, we have a flyweight fight. Victoria Leonardo taking on Natalia Silva. This is the fight that you'll see when I bring up the stats. The odds are the farthest, and there's a reason why. I like both of these fighters. One of them is a very promising prospect. The other probably not going to be in the UFC much longer. Let's get into the stats here. So Fury Leonardo coming in at 9-4. Silva coming in at 14-5-1. Leonardo is coming in off of a win 9 months ago over Mandy Boom. Silva coming in off of the victory over Teresa Bleda 5 months ago. Let's see. Silva is the younger fighter, 26, to Leonardo's 33 years. Leonardo 1 inch taller, 5'5", 165 centimeters to 5 feet 4 inches, 163 centimeters for Silva. Looks like the reach is reversed though. 65 inches, 165 centimeters for Silva to 64 inches, 163 centimeters for Leonardo. So if you go back and look at the stats here, the odds, Fury is a plus 600 underdog, huge underdog. Silva is a minus 1,000 huge favorite. There's a reason why. Okay, look at what Silva possesses that Fury doesn't. Speed and athleticism. Now, both of these ladies hit kind of hard. And both these ladies are capable of getting submissions on the ground. But Silva's younger, she's faster, she's more athletic. All 3 things that are known for giving Leonardo trouble. This is basically a setup fight for Natalia Silva. This is a fight meant for her to basically show off and get the win. Now, that's not to say that Victoria Leonardo can't pull off an upset. This is mixed martial arts. Upsets happen. But I don't see it happening here. So Victoria Leonardo will then go, 1-3 in the UFC. I feel bad for Leonardo because it was obvious on the Contender Series that Dana White did not want to sign her, but it was hard to turn down someone who got a second round submission, a come from behind submission, and was able to get the win. I mean, basically everything he looks for in the Contender Series, but you could tell he did not want to sign Victoria Leonardo, and she's mostly been given matchups that reflect that. But Victoria Leonardo should probably go back to Invicta after losing this one. Well, I should say if. But if she loses this one, she'll probably go back to Invicta, start building up some wins again. Natalia Silva, though, she's being groomed. She is being groomed for contendership. She's getting these unranked but stylistically favorable matchups early on, and it's going to pay off later when she makes the step up, which will probably happen after this bout. Next, we have a strawweight bout. Karolina Kowalkiewicz taking on Vanessa Demopoulos. This is a classic striker versus grappler bout. Should make for a good one. 2 fighters that I love to watch, and they're taking each other on. This is one of those fights that I kind of hate because one of them's going to lose in order for the other one to win. So let's go ahead and look at the stats on this one. Kovalkiewicz coming in at 14-7. Little Monster coming in at 9-4. Kovalkiewicz riding 2 straight wins coming into this one after her long losing streak. She beat Felice Herrig 9 months ago, and then just 5 months ago defeated Silvana Gomez Juarez. Demopoulos riding 3 straight wins. Let's see, she beat Silvana Gomez Juarez also a little over a year ago. Jin Yu Fry via split decision, and then most recently defeated Maria Oliveira via decision 3 months ago. Fairly close in age, both in their 30s. Kovalkiewicz is the elder, though, at 37-34 for Demopoulos. Kovalkiewicz just slightly taller, 5'3", 160 centimeters to 5'2", 157 centimeters for Demopoulos. Kovalkiewicz has big reach advantage, though. 64 inches, 163 centimeters to 59.5 inches, 151 centimeters. So this is one of those fights, you look at the odds, they're near even. Kovalkiewicz, a very slight favorite, but that's it. Classic striker versus grappler. The striker, Kovalkiewicz. The grappler, Demopoulos. This one could literally go either way. It depends on who gets to implement their game plan. Kovalkiewicz does have that reach advantage. Is she going to be smart enough to use it, to stay on the outside and pick apart Demopoulos on the feet? Demopoulos, a bit of a hard hitter on the feet, not a great striker, but she does throw hard. On the ground, though, is where she excels, even from bottom. And if Kovalkiewicz hits her hard and knocks her down, she's got to be careful, because we saw what happened with Silvana Gomez Juarez. She hit Demopoulos, absolutely floored her, and then got herself caught in an armbar. And Kovalkiewicz does get reckless. She could fall into that same thing. For Demopoulos, she's got to get inside, and she's got to find a way to get Kovalkiewicz down. Kovalkiewicz doesn't have the greatest of takedown defense either, so shouldn't be too hard. As for who wins, I'm going to go with the slight favorite here. I think Kovalkiewicz does have just enough fight smarts to not get involved in too many firefights with Demopoulos. And I think if she gets Demopoulos down or knocks her down, I think she has a good coaching staff behind her from ATT that will be like, hey, listen, stay out of there. Stay off the ground with Demopoulos. So I'm going to go with the Polish Princess, Karolina. Sticking to strawweight, up on the main card, we have an interesting one. Emily Ducote taking on Lupita Godinez. This is another one. This could go either way. This is a fight. I can't wait for this one. This fight, I think, might be the most interesting of the 4 ladies' bouts on the card. Let's go ahead and look at the stats here. Gordina coming in at 12-7. Loppy coming in at 9-3. Ducote coming in off of a loss to Angela Hill via decision 5 months ago. Before that, had a decision win over Jessica Penny. Now, Loppy, on the other hand, she's coming in off of a win over Cynthia Calvillo a little over a month ago. Before that, dropped a decision to Angela Hill, so they have that in common. Both fighters are the same age at 29, same height, 5 feet 2 inches, 157 centimeters. Ducote, slightly longer reach at 63 inches, 160 centimeters to 61 inches, 155 centimeters for Loppy. So this one gets interesting. Again, you look at the odds. -1 or +130 for Ducote, -160 for Godinez. And like I mentioned, both of them have a decision loss to Angela Hill. This one truly could go either way. I truly believe that. Godinez, I've mentioned it before. Godinez fights in a pattern. She strikes to get in close. She'll take you down. She'll ground and pound and work for submission. And if you throw her off of that pattern in any way, she doesn't know what to do. I feel she does her best work when she is able to get her opponents down. Ducote is an all-around fighter. She doesn't excel in any one particular area. She does have some power. We've seen that. We saw that when she fought Danielle Taylor in Invicta. But as far as like any one particular area in which she excels, no. She can be outstruck. We saw that against Angela Hill. And she really just could not get going in that fight. As for who takes this one, I'm going to go for the underdog here. I'm taking Emily Ducote to win, most likely by decision. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be very, very close. So we move to the main event at strawweight. Mackenzie Dern taking on Angela Hill. Let me see if I can bring up the rankings here real quick. UFC.com. Should have had this brought up already. My apologies for that. Let's see. Here we go, strawweight. So Dern at number 8. Angela Hill at number 14. So a win here breaks Angela Hill. Most likely brings her into the top 10. For Dern, a win here doesn't really do much other than it's just a holding pattern for her. But for Hill, it's a big win. Let's take a look at the stats here. Dern coming in at 12-3. Overkill coming in at 15-12. Dern kind of, mixing up those wins and losses lately. Has a loss to Yan Xiaonan 7 months ago. Before that, had a split decision win over Tisha Torres. Before that, had a loss to Marina Rodriguez. Hill, though, after dropping like several straight losses, coming in on some wins. Lupita Godinez 8 months ago, and then Emily Ducote 5 months ago. Big age difference here. Dern is younger by 8 years, 30-38 for Hill. Dern slightly taller at 5'4", 163 centimeters to 5'3", 160 centimeters for Hill. Hill, though, has the reach advantage. 64.5 inches, 164 centimeters to 63 inches, 160 centimeters. Let's see. Dern, a slight favorite at minus 185. Hill, slight underdog at plus 150. I'm going with Angela Hill here. She has to be very careful. But I do feel that Dern's striking style, which she uses to get in close and then go for either takedowns or guard pulls, I feel like that striking style of Dern, where she throws big lunging punches and overextends herself all the time in order to get in close, I feel like that's going to play right into Hill's game. That is, Hill is definitely more fleet of foot. She's the faster striker. And her takedown defense isn't the greatest, but neither are Dern's takedowns. So Hill should be able to stay on the feet with this one. 5 rounds. I used to worry about that with Hill, but I think she's proven herself in 5-round fights often enough. I'm not worried about the cardio either for Dern, but I feel like the 5-round game is going to allow Hill to distance herself on the scorecards. Dern definitely needs to get this to the ground fast, and she needs to get a fast submission. Can she do it? Sure. Will she? I have my doubts. I really have my doubts here. I think a 3-round fight, it would be an easier win for Dern. 5-round fight, I feel it favors Angela Hill more. So I'm going to go with Angela Hill to win this. So there you have it. My preview and my picks for UFC Fight Night, Dern versus Hill. Also, I think it's like UFC Vegas 73, maybe. Not quite sure. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the bouts in the comments down below. If you like the vid, please hit that like button. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Wmma Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.